There's a story of a man who continues to return to an uninhabited Hebridean island for years after his wife was killed in a car crash. And the story is told through a series of letters that he wrote to his wife after she passed, detailing things like his journey to the island, the night of the car crash, and how he felt about that, the inhabitants who once lived in this place, and his own final ascent to the tallest cliff face. And when I finished, I felt like I had a bit of a stone in my stomach and a chill that definitely lasted me the rest of the night. And at this point, you're probably wondering, well, what book was I reading? Or what movie was I watching? But I was actually playing one of my favorite video games, Dear Esther. Unfortunately, video games are often viewed as something that is childish or a waste of time, at least by those who don't also take an interest in them. But games have come a long way from where they stood decades ago. If you take a step back and look at games like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and Pong, what you see is what you get. The rules are clear, a goal is set, and they aim to do little more than just entertain. They are games for the sake of being games and nothing more. And I think that's often how those who don't play view games today. They see that bare-bones structure, being given a space in which to follow the rules, pursue the objective, and play, but they miss the meat of what makes video games so engaging and special entirely. Storytelling, and the way in which stories can be told through video games, is a big part of that. The visual aspect of games, the environments in which they take place, and the characters that populate them, serve as a backdrop for the narrative. And the engines that power these games are more than capable of rendering environments that are vast, detailed, and very much alive. And the ability to better render models and capture subtle movements and facial expressions, and in some cases even fully recreate the faces of the actors playing these characters, allows the player to feel as if they've stepped into a world that existed long before they ever arrived in it. And unlike a movie or a book where a picture is painted for you and every moment remains the same no matter how many times you read or watch it, a game allows you to interact with these fictional places at your own pace and choose how you want to approach every situation. And though most games have a main storyline, most also allow you to uncover more of the backstory through pieces of the environment, like notes or diary entries. In Irrational Games' BioShock, a game set in an underwater dystopia built by a wealthy objectivist, players are heavily encouraged to explore the environment and discover things called audio diaries. And these audio diaries serve to give the player better information of the history of the city, its downfall, and how this affected the citizens on an individual level. Not only that, but games are able to touch on mature themes in ways that few other forms of entertainment are able to. In Telltale Games' The Walking Dead, players must choose how they want to react to certain situations within very small windows of time. The game forces you to act quickly and to pull from your own beliefs and moral values in order to determine how a difficult situation is going to play out. And these decisions do hold weight. They determine how characters are going to react to you for the rest of the game, and in some cases can even mean life or death for those characters. As well, they help to give you a sense of responsibility for the characters that you care about, and also help you to further resent the ones who don't share your same beliefs or moral values. I was absolutely devastated at the end of The Walking Dead, and it's not often that you can sit back in your chair at the end of a video game and realize that you are actually visibly shaken. And I had never cried because of a video game until then. But that was clear enough proof to me that being able to interact with these characters and have them react to the way that you're treating them, not your character, but you, helps to build emotional ties and a sense of attachment you just don't get from reading or watching something. And in 2K's Spec Ops: The Line, players are made to feel guilty for their actions through lines on the loading screen that break the fourth wall, despite the fact that your character still believes that what he's doing is very much right. It makes a strong political statement and touches on themes of war and PTSD. And it makes you question why you continue to do all of these horrible things when you could prevent it all by just turning the game off. If you have a son or a daughter or even just a friend who enjoys playing games, then I strongly encourage you to ask them what they've been playing and why they've been enjoying it. Because games are so much more than just shooting galleries and explosions. They have the capacity to evoke visceral and emotional reactions from their audiences in a way that's mature and respectable. And though Call of Duty is out there, and it is the video game equivalent to a Michael Bay film, just bear in mind that the David Finchers and Stephen Kings and Quentin Tarantinos of the gaming world are out there, and they are creating some pretty incredible experiences for us if we do choose to partake in them. Thank you.